Hi, everybody. Can you put yes in the chat box if you can hear me? If you guys can hear me, just give me a yes, no, maybe. Okay. All right. I am Ashlyn Middleton. I am the Rockstar Coach, Coach Badash. And tonight, you guys are going to get a lot of information. So get your pens and your pencils, paper ready, or your tablets or whatever you're going to use to take some notes, because you're probably going to want to write some of this stuff down. So without too much more talking, I guess we will go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys so that you can see the presentation. And at the end, we'll have time for question and answers. And at any time, if you have a question about something, then you can just type it in the chat box and we'll go from there. Okay. Okay. All right, so obviously the name of the webinar is Find Your Sexy Self Right Now, Lose the Misery, and Take Control of Your Life with this exact system to lose weight and keep it off. I know I struggle with that, and I know a lot of people struggle with that. Therefore, that is how this became what it is. So who is Badash the Rockstar? I am a coach, I am a speaker, and I do it like a rock star. Seriously, like I believe in doing everything with attitude, doing everything in the best possible way that you can. I'm not going to go too far with who I am because this is about giving you information, but I'm just going to say that I have lost 50 pounds and that from that 50 pounds, I've kept it off for over 5 years. And I just want to share this with you guys. So what will you learn today? You will learn how to create realistic goals, the exact steps you need to take for success, how some meal prepping techniques that will save you time, how to choose a plan that you love, because when you love it, you can stick to it, and how to involve your whole family and your friends or whoever it is that you are around to keep them with you, to keep you guys on track. And then finally, tips and tricks to survive socially. Everybody has a social life, and I know a lot of times people get on a diet and they run away from all social scenes. I've done it. I'm guilty. All right, let's talk about the struggle. Weight loss is hard. I mean, losing that 50 pounds was hard. But you know what was harder? Keeping it off for the last 6 years. Okay? That was much harder than actually losing the weight. Once I lost the weight, it was like, all right, how do I go to normal life and maintain this? Well, what you have to learn is that when you lose it and you go to regular life, this is now your regular life. So that's part of the struggle. Peer pressure was a big part of the struggle. Everybody wants you to go out. Everybody wants you to, do what they do. Oh, it's not that bad. It's just one bite. It's just 1 pound. It's just this. It's just that. So everybody always is pressuring you to do everything except what you're supposed to be doing, Another thing is finding the time. We all say we don't have time. We don't have time. We don't have time. It's like I'm busy. I go to school. I work. I got kids. All these things. I coach football and all these things. And it's like you have to find the time to take care of yourself. Another thing that I hear hinders a lot of people is expensive. Healthy food is expensive. I guess in some ways I can understand that, according to, if you're comparing it to like the dollar menu off McDonald's, but it's the long run that we're worried about. And when you look at it that way, it's not really that expensive. Something very serious that I think a lot of people do not take very seriously at all is that being overweight can take your life. I mean, it really can. That is why they have those surgeries like the gastric bypass surgery and things like that, because people's lives are at risk when diabetes and high cholesterol, heart failure, heart attacks, strokes, when those things come into play, I mean, that's super serious. It can take your life. Obesity is a disease. It is treated as a disease. Anytime you have to have surgery to overcome obesity because you've, gained enough weight where you can't function or lose it on your own, that is a disease. So keep in mind when you're going through and you're trying to lose this weight and live this lifestyle, how important it is for your health, not just how you look, but for your health. I mean, you want to be around a long time, right? Because look at this. What do you live for? If it's your children, your parents, the quality of life, you're seeking a better quality of life, or you love your life, you want to travel, rather you live to be a student or to teach others, you need to actually be around to do any of those things. And that's where taking your health seriously comes into play. You want to leave a legacy for your family, for your children, for the people you've helped, whatever the case may be. But you actually have to make it through life to do that. And part of that is definitely your health. So let's look at some of the excuses that I as a coach get so often. Eating healthy is too expensive. Now that's one of the things that we covered. Eating healthy does not have to be expensive. There are so many different ways that you can kind of finagle the system. One of those things is shopping at bulk stores. They usually have pretty good meats and produce. And although you don't have to buy everything organic. I mean, organic is organic. Some people need it, but everybody does not necessarily need it. You can get regular bananas and kiwis and strawberries and things like that, and they will be fine. It's still fruit. It's still better than eating a side of French fries or, pigging out on fast food. So if you have to buy it in bulk or you have to buy it frozen, things like, buying frozen vegetables instead of buying fresh vegetables. There is a slight difference in that, but guess what? Those frozen vegetables are still a healthier choice than whatever choice you were going to make out of a fast food restaurant or even a regular restaurant, because I tell you, you don't know what those people put in their food. Supplements and shakes are too expensive, and that goes right along with the eating healthy is too expensive. Supplements and shakes, they're things that are used to aid your health, to aid your metabolism or your overall energy and well-being. It depends on how you use it and the quality of it. All of them are not expensive. And to be honest with you, if they're not that expensive, sometimes I worry because what is it made with, You don't want to just be putting filler in your body. The excuse of I don't have time and I don't have time to myself. I find that people find time for whatever it is that they want to do. So if that is getting their homework done, taking the kids to a ball game, staying late for work, making overtime, hanging out with their friends at the movies, whatever the case may be, whatever that person wants to do, they make a way. Generally, they have to sacrifice something else if they're a very busy person to get that in. But if it's something that you're trying to accomplish, then you'll find a way. You will find a way to make it to the mall, to get the money for the sale, to make it to going out, to get the newest game system, whatever, you'll make a way. You'll sacrifice. That actually kind of ties in with the too expensive thing. You'll sacrifice to do what you really want to do. I don't like to drink shakes. I get that a lot too as a coach, because I promote a meal replacement and I don't like to drink shakes. Well, a lot of times people say this because they feel like they're on a diet if they're drinking a shake. One of the things about our meal replacement is it is an actual meal replacement. It's not a protein shake. And a lot of times people don't like shakes because they don't like the taste of them. So you need to find what works for you. Obviously, everybody's not even going to drink a shake, but because I use that in my coaching plan, that is one of the excuses that I come to. I'm not a social media person. When people join in with me, when people join in with me, I have them included on my Facebook group, and they'll say, well, I don't do Facebook, that kind of thing. And it's like, dude, you don't have to be on Facebook to lose weight. If I'm going to be your coach, I'm your coach. So those are just some of the things that I get when I'm, adding people into my groups and getting them to do their pictures and things like that. And it's like, hey, I don't want you to share your pictures of all of Facebook. I just want you to post them for your own accountability. So now we got to create your why. This is something that I take very seriously, because when you're ready to quit and when you're ready to give up on whatever dream or goal it is, you have to remember why you are doing it in the first place. I know for my mother, when she was going through it and she was losing weight, it was for her health. It was because it was a life and death situation. When I was going through my transformation, mental and physical transformation, for me, it was really about my sanity and about my self-esteem and the confidence to be who I know that I could be. So these are things that resonate with you, and they're really deeper than the surface. I just want to lose 5 pounds or 10 pounds or 20 pounds so that I can look good in this particular dress. However, that does work for some people, but it really needs to be something that motivates you. What is it that motivates you? What do you live for? If it was something that, like your children, if that was taken away, how would you feel about that? So you need to create something solid. I know a lot of people are, they want to be a role model for their children. They don't want to miss time out of their children's lives. So that stuff is really important, to figure out why you are doing it in the first place. And don't give me that I want to wear my skinny jeans. I really want you to think about that. And as I go through this presentation, really, really connect with what's going to keep you from quitting. What's the one thing that's going to keep you from quitting? So you have decided why you want to do this, right? And we've gone through some of the excuses and things that people come up with. I'm sure I missed a few because I hear so many of them. But now, if you're still listening with me, then it's time to commit. So it's time to commit to your health, to your quality of life. Commit to no more new wardrobes, unless it's for the season. No more new wardrobes because you went from a size 4 to a 10, or a size, what are men's sizes, from a size 28 to a 36. I think that's how it goes. Commit to trying new things. Commit to trying something once in a while, Commit to mixing it up. Commit to being a role model. Again, just because you don't have children, like I'm a single adult. I do not have any children, but I do realize that I am a role model to a lot of people, many more people than I had a clue about. It's kind of how I ended up being a coach anyways. But be a role model. Be somebody that people look at and they want to ask you, for your advice and your opinion. And then commit to help others. Being a role model actually helps others. You will notice that as you are sticking to your goals and your plans, that people will notice change and people will ask you questions. People are very, very curious about what you're doing. And when you are nice and kind about it and you help others, people are more willing to open up. So just keep that in mind, because there's going to be a time when you'll be needing that help, and it'll be you that somebody will help you. All right, so you guys ready? Like, seriously, are you ready? Can I get something in the chat box? Okay, what now? So now that you've committed to starting this journey, this lifestyle, I don't even want to call it a diet, because it's really, truly, it's not a diet. This is a lifestyle. This is going to change you in a way that you couldn't believe. If you stick to it and reach those goals that you have set forth to reach, it will change you in a way you never thought. Okay. Then you're going to have to choose a program. So you're going to have to choose a program, something that you like to commit to, something that's going to take you however many days to make your transformation. When you choose a program, you don't have to choose the program once. You can go through it and do it twice, 3 times, 4 times, however many times, because if it's something that you love, you're going to want to stick to it. Then we're going to evaluate your diet. A lot of people like to tell me, well, I only eat 1 time a day. Or, well, I don't really eat bad stuff. It's just, I eat a lot of this. Or I don't eat at all. These types of things. I don't have time to eat. So we need to evaluate your diet, because I'll be honest with you, a lot of people who think they don't eat a lot eat way more than they think. And not only do they eat way more, even if they're not eating a lot, it's what they choose. So if something that you choose is ridiculous, like the calories are going to shoot you up. And if you're not moving as much as you like to say that you're moving, well, guess what? It's the checks and balance system. So if the calories coming in are much more than what's going out, then you're not going to lose anything. Secondly, you need to set up your support system. Your support system. It gets tough. It gets rough. You need to set up your support system. And I hope you guys are taking notes, because these actions here are seriously what keeps you on track. I mean, you can honestly take these same steps and put them to anything in your life. Well, maybe not to evaluate your diet, but put these to anything else in your life, and realize that this will propel you forward. So you want to set up your support system, and then you're going to create your plan of attack. Now, you would think that your program and your diet is your plan of attack, but the plan of attack is actually what you're going to do when obstacles arise, because I can promise you guys the obstacles will arise. So what will you do to fight those obstacles? Then you're going to stay accountable. You're going to have a system to stay accountable. That will be part of your plan of attack, to be honest with you. But I put it separate because staying accountable is ridiculously important. When you have shared with someone what you're going to do, maybe it's your spouse, you shared with your spouse, you know what, honey, I'm tired of being tired and sick and never having energy and missing out with you and the kids, or not being able to try new things with you. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change my life. I'm going to lose this weight. You know, I'm going to lose this 20 pounds or this 50 pounds or whatever your goals are. And when you share that with somebody, they're now watching you, and you're now committed. It's almost like if you say it in your head, you're not quite committed until you tell someone, because now somebody's holding you accountable, right? And then lastly, you pay it forward. I'm going to tell you, the best thing about me being a coach is not that it's not my coaching business. It's not even the smiles on the faces of my clients when they reach their goal. It's actually how my clients and my challengers, how you guys help me. You help me when I pay it forward, because I know you guys are counting on me to be a good role model. You're counting on me to follow my diet, do my workouts. Yeah, sure, I mess up too, but by you guys depending on me and watching me, it makes me stay on my best behavior. So paying it forward is almost like a way of being accountable, if that makes sense. There are a ton of programs, but before you choose a program, you need to figure out what you absolutely dread. What do you hate? What exercise would you rather get a root canal than do? Okay, so that could be treadmill, aerobics, weightlifting, running, dancing, yoga. It could be CrossFit, which is awesome. But if that's something that you hate, then we're totally going to stay away from that, because if it deters you from hitting that gym or hitting your exercise room or pressing play on that video at any time, then you don't need to be doing it. Okay. So really think about the programs that you've done before that you just totally hated. Okay. It could have been the music. It could have been the voice. It could have been the people you were with, whatever. But think about those things so that we don't make that mistake again. Just because it's the new thing out doesn't mean it's for you. Still, there are more programs, because once you figure out all the stuff you hate, you still have stuff left. So what do you like to do? What activities do you enjoy the most with your family and friends? Activities that you enjoy the most. What makes you get excited? If you're a dancing person, right? You're a dancing person, then you want to do a workout where you're dancing. If you're a person like me who loves to throw weight, then you want to do a program where you're throwing weight. I mean, and that's what keeps you going. When you're excited about your progress and you want to do your workout the next day, you have found your program, okay? And it doesn't matter how many times you complete it. You just either keep completing the same one, or you can find similar ones as they're produced. I know with my company, we're producing programs every, I would say, 2 or 3 months. So, I mean, we're never at a shortage of programs. Another thing is, what time can you remember that was the most fun? Where you were doing an activity, where you were moving, that made you feel good, and it was the most fun that you had doing a workout. Like, think about that. Those are clues to get you to the right program. What makes you feel accomplished? What program have you done in the past that made you feel accomplished? These are things, again, that will help you choose the program that is right for you. Schedule you time. So this is not self-promotion. I had to put a picture of myself up because I could not find anybody working out at home as I do. I had no pictures of that, which is so odd to me. So I put a picture of myself doing my Pio DVDs. Now, the thing is, you go to work every day. You're probably a taxi for your kids or a taxi for someone, right? You need to schedule time for yourself. And those would be the images on the bottom. You taking care of yourself, exercising, and getting mentally and physically in sync. And then that nice bubble bath to relax afterwards is always really awesome. But you need to schedule your time. Schedule just like you do anything else. Schedule it like you're going to work, like you're going to an event, like you have to take your child to practice, whatever it is, because that's now your time. You block that off, and that is your time. Now, they're just a bunch of pictures here, but this is very important because when you get in the routine of scheduling your time, you'll notice when it's missed, okay? And I tell you, I suck at scheduling, so I'm going to give you some tips. I suck at scheduling because I'm a person who doesn't like to commit to things at a specific time. I'm very willy-nilly. I'll get it done. What I do is I schedule it like after dinner, after work, or something like that, but not at a specific time. So if a time block works for you, like, hey, after I get all the kids settled in, then I'll jump into my workout, or, as soon as I get home from work, because that's when people aren't in my way, I'll do it then, or first thing in the morning when the house is quiet. But just schedule it in a block of time if you're a person who can't stick to, hey, at 4:15, this is when I complete my workout. You time, although it seems like you're being selfish, is actually family and friend time. And the reason that is because it is a stress reliever. You feel better about yourself. You are a healthier, happier you. And when you are a healthy, happier you, guess what? You're an even better person to your friends and your family. Have you ever noticed how when you're in a good mood, you're just so helpful and everything is awesome and everybody thinks you're so awesome and the day is just awesome? It's a lot of awesome, right? So that's the thing. It's actually benefiting not only you, but it's benefiting the people around you. When you get that sanity check and you're able to come back into your own and kind of just think about things and relax and feel better, stress relieving the day of work or whatever the case may be. You're just awesome. You're better at going forward and accomplishing and tackling the rest of the day. All right, so this is the cutest picture ever. This little Easter egg pregnant belly thing. However, it's not the cutest thing ever when you're not pregnant and you just have a puffed up belly from eating. So I'm calling this no more food babies. All right. Now, I have a food baby going on right now from the holidays and I'm getting rid of it. But the reason I call it a food baby is because how like you're all like nice and flat when you wake up in the morning and then you overeat at lunch or dinner and you got that little 3-month pudge going on. So I like to call it a food baby. Let's talk about how we'll get rid of the food babies. Okay, so now you want to take some notes probably because everything on the slide is not what I'm going to talk about. First, let's talk about meal replacements, not protein shakes. One of the things I did as I was going on my journey, every single morning, I make my breakfast. When I first started, I was actually cooking breakfast, but I was taking up too much time and I like to sleep in because I hate getting up before dark. And then I found the meal replacement that I use today, and it is a true meal replacement, not a protein shake. It allows me to wake up in the morning, make my shake, throw in my fruit, to beef it up with my almond milk or whatever it is I choose to use. But like I'm literally blending while I'm tying my shoes so I can get the crap out the door because I don't have a lot of time to waste. Although I'm leaving 30 minutes before work start, I push it all the way right until I have that 30 minutes left, So that is like the most important thing of my entire day. And when I do not have my daily breakfast shake, I feel off key and it's almost like I have to compromise and I'm all willy-nilly and it's just too much. It just throws me off. So that's just the best way for me to start my day. It's fast, it's nutritious, it's ridiculous with the super 70 superfoods, and they even have, vegan. I was using the vegan for a little while. I didn't go vegan, but it works well it's conducive to my lifestyle. To be honest with you, sometimes it's my dinner when I don't feel like cooking. So yeah. Veggies. We want to stick with veggies. Veggies raw as snacks are awesome. Steaming them, whatever. I like to keep, now that I love my newfound Brussels sprout recipe, I keep Brussels sprouts on hand, and I always keep a head of broccoli on hand because I can steam that up super quick. I can do it while I'm working out, and I'm ready to roll. Fruits. I keep fruits on hand, frozen in the freezer first, because I use those in my breakfast shakes. Then I also keep fruit on hand anyway, because if I want a snack, I can grab some fruit and maybe some nuts or something like that, and it'll hold me. But it's good to keep it cut up and ready to roll, so that when you want to use it, you got it. But you'll be amazed when the choices are taking out of your home, and what you have left is what you have left, and you're going to eat what you have left, if that makes any sense. If you're a person who controls your house or you live alone, I suggest removing everything out of your house that is not conducive to what you were trying to accomplish. Meats, baked, grilled, broiled meats. Chicken, turkey, fish, an occasional steak or burger or something, occasional. Pork. That's the funny thing with pork. I'm Southern, so I eat pork, but I don't eat it very often because it's very, very, very high in sodium. So when you're going on this lifestyle here, I suggest sticking to the turkey, the fish, the chicken, lamb, deer, very lean meats is what I would stick to. High protein yogurts are really good snacks, like the Greek yogurts, really good snacks. You can add in some true granola, like not the sugary stuff, but like true granola. Or nut mixes you can add into it. And that gives you like a beefy snack that'll carry you from, say, breakfast to lunch or lunch to dinner. You'd be surprised how much that can fill you up. Oops, sorry guys. We're going back. Okay. So eggs definitely. I keep boiled eggs on hand because I'll have maybe I'm snacking on like a nut mix, beef jerky, and boiled eggs. Okay, so that doesn't sound all that awesome together, but I'm like weird anyway. So, but it's like protein packed. Eggs are protein packed. The beef jerky I get is made from, actually, I guess it's deer jerky, and this guy makes it on his farm, so it's like super awesome, organic, not preserves and stuff. And then I'll have like some almonds, and sometimes I can eat that for lunch because literally that's like ridiculous protein. So that's just some ideas. Your snacks, you want to keep your snacks high protein. Try to stay away from the carby stuff for snacks, because it tends to turn to sugar so fast that you don't know you were ever full, and you just end up hungry and cranky until your next meal. Avocados, they can brighten anything. I literally mean that, because they're awesome in everything, like ceviche, shrimp cocktail, salads with eggs, on meat. Like, you can grill it. It's so good. If you don't like avocados, I'm sorry. And if you've never tried avocados, get with it. Seriously. It's a good fat, and it tends to keep you full because it is fat. Same thing with almond butter. Notice I put the be careful behind it. Any of those nut butters, almond butter, peanut butter, cashew butter, macadamia butter, any of that stuff, it's delicious, it's filling, but it can creep up on you. It has a lot of fat in it, which is fine, but in moderation. So if you're having like almond butter snack every day and you're not losing, you want to check into like, are you measuring it out? Are you exactly having the 2 tablespoons that's recommended? Salad, something that a lot of people think just because they're eating a salad, they're being healthy. This is true sometimes, not most of the time, actually. By the time the average person puts all the toppings on their salads and adds the 9 cups of dressing they're going to use, it is well beyond your calorie intake, and you might as well have a burger with a side of fries. Seriously. Seriously. So be easy on that. The vinegar-based dressings are best to keep the calories down. But I mean, you can use it in kind of dress and just, be careful with it. Something I like to do is put my salads in a bowl with a lid so I can shake it up and get the dressing all over it. It's very important that you know what you're eating. You need to track, and this is, I don't have a slide for this, so go ahead and write this down. You need to track everything you eat. When you are on the road to getting healthy, losing weight, you need to, gaining weight from muscle mass, you need to track what you're eating. And the reason for this is because you might have a really good week and then a really bad week and you don't know what the heck you've done. You don't have a way to progress, to see your progression, or to see if, you did something differently this week and that's why you gained weight, or if you were not trying to gain weight. You can tell what was done. So tracking is very, very, very important. And I don't care how you track it. You can track calories. You can track, what is it? Other people use points, calories, Fitness Pal, write it down, zone numbers, carbs. I don't care how you do it. Just track what you're putting in your mouth, okay? The less processed crap, the better. Things to avoid. Those look super yummy. And I really don't know if they're honey buns or cheese biscuits, but I would eat them. They look awesome. But these are things that we're going to only eat every once in a while. And if you're just getting started, that's something you want to avoid altogether. Processed foods, juice. Juice is something you definitely want to avoid. People have no idea how much sugar is in juice. They think that just because it's juice, it's made from a fruit, it's safe. It is not. The next time you think about it, look at your kid's juice or your nephew or whatever, and just see how much sugar is in it. I mean, it is amazing. I do not encourage juice. Sugary cereals, same thing, high fructose corn syrup. Anything with dye on it has high fructose corn syrup, so duck that stuff. Another thing that's wrong with these sugary cereals and the white carbs, to be honest with you, anything like artificial sweeteners too, it triggers you to want more sweets. So if you attempt to stay away from the sweets, your body eventually gets used to living without them and you're not craving it anymore. But when you start doing the artificial sweeteners and the low fat diet, this sweets and that and this, it just causes it triggers your body to crave more sweets. So it's better to avoid it. I'm not saying you're going to go your whole journey not eating this stuff, but make good choices most of the time. Okay. Something else I want to add that is not on here is alcohol. Alcohol is, I don't know, people bash alcohol for when you're dieting and stuff. And I can see why. But the main culprit of alcohol is what you mix with it. So if you are mixing with it soda and juices and things like that, that is where your calories are going to come in. That is when the sugar is going to come in. That is where your weight gain is going to come in. So I would definitely limit my alcohol. But if you decide to go somewhere and do something or whatever, and you're going to have a drink or two, mix it with like tonic or dare I say diet soda. I guess that's better than regular soda, but keep it low-cal. Like, honestly, drink it straight. I mean, seriously, you'll avoid a lot of the issues and a lot of the problems. Believe me. Again, guys, I'm going to be checking for questions in a little bit. So if you have any, keep them on hand, throw them in the chat box. We'll answer them as I get towards the end. I hate cooking. I do, guys. I hate cooking. So meal prep for me saves my life, and it'll probably save yours, especially if you have a family that you need to cook for. I'm hoping that you will incorporate your family into your lifestyle. It makes it so much easier. Learning new recipes to not have the same dry meals over and over again. And I'm going to throw out a website real quick. It's called fitmencook.com. This dude is amazing, and it's like easy stuff because it's like supposed to be like for men who don't want to get a lot of ingredients and ingredients and prep time and all that. So check out fitmencook.com. It's awesome. This guy is awesome. He has a lot of good recipes and menus that ladies, your husbands will totally eat and be easy on you to cook. Choose 1 or 2 days a week to cook. 1 or 2 days. I like Sundays because I'm watching my football. I can throw my chicken in the oven. I can prep my veggies and all that good stuff. And it's out of the way. It's done. And a lot of times on Wednesday, I'll cook again for some veggies. I need to steam or just throw on real quick. But choose 1 or 2 days a week. Create a rough outline of your menu. Create a rough outline. It doesn't have to be exact, but create a rough outline for the week so that you have on hand what you need and you're not running back and forth to the store. Because one of the things that's saving you time is that you cooked everything on one day, you had all the ingredients, you didn't have to go to the store 6 times, running back and forth throughout the week, and you have now saved time. Keep your favorite seasonings on hand so that when you don't have a great idea about what you're going to cook, you can concoct something. Because let me tell you, I can throw one of those McCormick seasoned grill things, mix that up and throw some chicken in it on a heartbeat. Put it with a little brown rice and some broccoli, steamed broccoli. I am good to go. And that's something that I always have chicken breast. I always have those little McCormick seasoning things. So, I mean, it's something that easy, you know, and you marinate it for 20 minutes and it's ready to roll. Veggies, cut, prep, bag. The reason I say this is because veggies can be used as a snack if you're doing carrots or celery or broccoli or cauliflower or tomatoes, or cucumbers. All of those are veggies that you can just use sparingly with the dressing. You can just snack on when you want to eat something, and it's so super low cal and extremely good for you. I mean, the vitamins and minerals in these vegetables, you know, they're helping your eyes and your skin and all those good things. Meats, bake them, broil them, or crock pot them. Like, that's pretty much it. And you can do that in a big amount. So, you know, you can bake a whole pan of chicken breast or broil a whole pan of turkey breast. I've never actually broiled turkey breast before, but yeah. Also, crock pot things, I guess I should put that with the soups, but crock pot things and soups are amazing. Like right now, it's winter. Even in San Diego, where I am, it's pretty chilly. And soups like chilies and chicken noodle soups or vegetable soups and things like that are things that you can cook in bulk. You can freeze them, you'll have it, but it's also healthy, you know, because you're making it yourself. You're not putting a lot of junk in it, and you always have it on hand. And if you're somebody like me, I'm trying to cook the least amount of stuff as possible. So I literally pick like 3 dinner meals I'm gonna have, and then I cook it on Sunday and kind of divvy it up from there. My lunches are generally my leftovers from dinner. Or like I was telling you guys earlier with the boiled eggs and some Greek yogurt and whatever, you know, I just kind of put it together. The thing about it is, guys, it doesn't have to be ideal. It just needs to fill you up and fuel your body. That's it. Unless you're going on some fancy date, it doesn't have to be spectacular. I mean, that's really when you're like, okay, I'm going in, you know. Other than that, keep it simple, man. It allows you to do what you want when you want later. That is one of the key things for me, is that I keep it simple for 85% of the time. And another 15% of the time when I want to keep it funky, I can eat what I want and do what I want. It's not a big deal. You know, it doesn't totally sabotage me. So that's one of the things that I use during my maintenance after I lost weight. So you guys remember me talking about my meal replacement, right? Yes. So my meal replacement is Shakeology. Any of you who follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you've probably figured out that I am a Beachbody coach. It is what I do. Shakeology is the most nutritious meal of the day. It is a meal replacement. It has protein in it, has high protein in it, multivitamins. It boosts your metabolism, gives you better energy, and even regularity. I know it's kind of nasty, but you know, hey, we all got problems, right? A lot of people think that it's expensive. When you look at it at first glance, you know, 100 and some odd bucks for Shakeology for, you know, a meal replacement, it can seem expensive. However, it breaks down to about $4.30 per meal. And because you are using this in my program every single morning, or dinner if you prefer, lunch if you prefer, whatever meal, but you're definitely replacing one of your meals with this. And it is not an added cost, but a replacement, okay? A lot of people are worried about the taste of Shakeology. The taste of Shakeology to me is amazing, but I've also been drinking it so long that anything else I taste is like, blah, disgust. So the thing about Shakeology is that they work very, very hard so that it tastes awesome and it is organic. Everything is organic. And that's what makes Shakeology so great. I mean, it literally replaces meals. It has over 70 superfoods and nutrients in it. It has all that stuff that you guys are buying, these goji berries, acai berries, I'm probably not saying that right, the mushroom fungi supplements, and the added vitamins and things you guys are taking. It's already in Shakeology. Shakeology is about 9 servings of fruit and vegetables. So I mean, like, even if you screwed up the rest of the day, if you drink this stuff in the morning, you've at least gotten all your nutrients and your nutrition out of the way for the day. And what's crazy is it even comes vegan, right? I mean, that's for the people who are trying to get rid of the meat and all that. It's for everybody. I have a customer who has IBS, and it's even helped her with that. So it really is just that awesome. I can't afford that. I get it all the time. I can't afford that. Let me tell you what you can't afford to do. You can't afford to live miserably. You can't afford to miss out on life, and you cannot afford to not take care of your body. Not taking care of your body is going to cause you a world of trouble later. And let me tell you, even if you don't want to be a customer of mine or with me or work with me or whatever the case may be, and you want to do this on your own, just remember, you do need to take care of your body. And I don't care what plan of action you take, you need to be considerate about what you're putting in your body, how you're treating it. And what's most important is that you're not skimping on your health, I guess is the best way to put that. So as you go through this, you have to remember, how bad do you want it? You got to go back to that first couple of minutes of the presentation when I was asking you, what is your why? Why are you doing this besides the 5 pounds to look better in your skinny jeans, okay? You have to remember that, because when you're pulling and tugging and falling down like these guys are, and I'm telling you, when I lost 50 pounds, I'm telling you, it was blood, sweat, and tears, baby. I mean, there are days I didn't think I could do it, because you would get so close, and then you would have a setback, and you would have an obstacle. And these things are going to happen to you. It's going to happen. It's not going to be an easy ride. But if you want it bad enough, you will totally do it, okay? You will totally do it. If you want it bad enough, you will find a way to overcome, all right? So you just have to remember that. And that's why that why is so important. It needs to be so important to you, so that when you think about it, you're like, you know what? I got to find a way. I got to sacrifice. Accountability. I don't know what happened to, oh, there they go. The same what happens in my words. The next step that is so important to losing the weight and keeping it off is the accountability. So what makes my accountability groups so special? Well, I have exclusive Facebook groups for all of my new customers and clients and challengers. And in those exclusive Facebook groups, I have you motivate one another. Okay. I have you take your measurements and your weights and your before pictures. And by no means are you obligated to do this, but it totally enhances your experience and your outcome and your results. Each day I'm giving you daily tips, and we're talking about what you did, and you let me know what, a rough basis of what you ate and what your workout was and how you're doing, and if you need help and if you're progressing. And in these groups, you are getting the motivation and the support from other people who are doing exactly the same thing. It is a known fact that camaraderie creates victory. I guess that's the best way to put it. It is a known fact that when you are hustling and bustling with somebody, you're going through the trenches with somebody, it is easier to push one along to make it to the end, because you have that dependency on one another and you're rooting for each other. If you do not have Facebook, I do have another exclusive forum on my actual website, Badash Online. So you do not have to have Facebook. And to be honest with you, you don't even have to be a part of the groups, but I want to see you succeed. I want to see you make it. I want to see you lose this weight and pay it forward. And to do that, I want to kind of keep a close rein on you, because they don't call me Coach Badash for nothing. Secondly, we have the Super Gym. Now, our Beachbody Super Gym is a thing where you can plug in your information. It's free. You plug in your information, you have your workouts, and you'll get to like chat with other people who are doing the workouts, or you don't have to chat with them. You can just look at their profiles and check out, what workouts they're doing and how it's going and all this good stuff. And you can kind of like compare, but not compare. Does that make sense? Workout buddies are a way of accountability. Although I do have the Facebook groups, the exclusive Facebook groups, a workout buddy in your hometown or near you locally is awesome. That could be your kid That could be your spouse. That could be a coworker. It could be your mom. I mean, whatever the case may be. I actually met my first workout buddy online under the Craigslist meet people thing. And we have been the best friends ever since because we pushed each other to reach a goal and we finished it and we did great. We did our workouts together. We ate and made sure one another were tracking our stuff and writing it down and taking pictures and doing measurements, and it was awesome. Another way of accountability is your family and your friends, because now you'll get two reactions. You'll get the family and friends who are so supportive and want to totally help you and push you along, and then you have the ones who don't believe what you're doing. And those actually are the ones I love the most, because I love to prove somebody wrong. And that's that sounds bad, but you know what? Accomplish your goals however you have to. And it's because you want to prove Aunt Judy wrong or Sister Susie wrong. Hey, by all means necessary. Then your last point of accountability is me. Because let me tell you, when you join my team as a challenger, or even one of my coaches' team, because I have coaches too, and if you join one of them, let me tell you, we don't just let you slide, okay? That is like the motto of us. We are Team USS Rockstar Nation, and we rock. We're going to make sure you rock it too. So we'll check on you. We'll email you. We'll text you, whatever the case may be, however you prefer to be contacted. But you will be held accountable one way or another. Sounds scary, doesn't it? Don't run. Don't run yet. Social settings. So I realize nobody's really having Tupperware parties anymore. However, I'm pretty sure these ladies used to get together and drink up wine. It looks like that kind of setting, so I picked it. During the social settings, I want you to be healthy, okay? But part of being healthy is having fun, okay? There's no need to skip out on friends and family events because you're on a diet and you're scared to death of how you'll wreck it, you know? You need to be healthy, but you need to do it like a rock star. Remember I told you in the beginning, I want everybody to do everything like a rock star. Well, you can choose your own personality, but it needs to be done with attitude and done in the best way that you know how. So one of the things that, and you're gonna have to write this down because I don't have slides for it, but one of the things in social settings is when I am on a particular regimen. Now I eat healthy all the time, but sometimes I'm on a particular regimen because I'm doing a particular Beachbody program. And so when I'm doing that, what I do is I eat before I go somewhere. Okay. I pack snacks and things like that so that, you know, when everybody else is eating, I can eat what I want. Okay. I've been known to fly to Vegas with grilled chicken in my purse. You know, hey, do what you gotta do. But other times, if it's something where they are having hors d'oeuvres or food and things like that, what I want to tell you is this one trick. Fill up your plate with as many like vegetables and fruits as you can, then add in whatever the protein is, and then get the crackers and the cheeses and the dips and things like that. So you want to go with the healthiest first and get a lot of that, and then you go with the protein. Well, not the protein isn't healthy. I hope you understood what I meant. And then lastly would be your fatty stuff. Okay, so that's one way to do it. Another way, the alcohol comes into play here. If you're drinking with your friends, red wine is okay. A glass of red wine won't kill you, won't do too much damage. But if you're having cocktails, mixed cocktails and things, you need to drink it straight, put ice in it, water it down, use a diet drink, a splash of a diet drink. Stay away from the cocktails with the frilly colors and juices and umbrellas and stuff, because I'm gonna tell you, it's cute. It's made for women, mostly, you know, to get us attracted to it. But let me tell you, it is not cute when we're staring at it and adding pounds on as we're drinking this crap down, okay? Guys, with beer and things, if you have to have a beer, I know it sucks, but either have one good one or a couple light ones. Also, you want to limit that. So if, say, for instance, you're doing amazing all week long, but on football Sundays, you have to have your beer, then limit yourself, have a cutoff point, but have it on Sundays. Save it for that. So be good the rest of the week. Do what you should do the rest of the week so that on Sunday you can unloosen your pants a little bit and do what you want to do. Same for women. If your night is Tuesdays, you know, women's night out, save the cheating, or I don't like to even call it cheating, because you know what? Let me make that point right now. They're not called cheat days. They're not called cheat meals. And the reason I say this is because when people think they have a cheat day, they think they can just lose their freaking minds. And so many times, more often than not, people ruin their entire week on one cheat day. It sounds almost impossible, right? As you work so hard. Believe me, it is not. Okay. So again, when it comes to alcohol, try to keep it light, you know. Cocktails, no cocktails is actually the answer. and definitely plan for it. That's another thing for your social settings. You need to plan for it. You need to plan. No, on a whim stuff. On a whim stuff totally knocks you off your rocker and you don't stay on track. So plan everything out. Okay. That might seem difficult at first, but you'll get the hang of it. Just plan it out. I know when I wanted to go out for reggae night on Thursday night with my friends, I knew I was going. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'm not drinking anything. I'm going to eat my grilled chicken or whatever it is I'm having. And when Thursday night comes, I can have a few or couple or some drinks, and it wasn't too terrible. Self-sabotage. Who is the enemy? A lot of times it's you. You think it's your coworkers. You think it's your spouse. You think it's this and that. A lot of times it is you. If you're talking yourself out of workouts because you're too tired or you don't have time or you really need to do this because this is more important, you need to clean out your closet and organize your shelves because that's more important than workout, then that's you. You're self-sabotaging yourself. Justifying bad food choices. Oh, I did good today, so I guess I could have this donut because I did good today and yesterday. Okay, well, this is the thing. We're not really doing good or bad. I know I have a tendency to say it, and I don't really mean it. We're not doing good or bad. We're changing our lifestyle. So there's no justifying not so good food choices, okay? If you're going to have the donut on that day, you're going to have the donut on that day, but you have to have a plan of action. So if you're going to go ahead and have that particular pastry, sweet, donut, whatever it is, just know that on Saturday when you thought you were going to go out and have extra breadstick at the Olive Garden, you aren't having any breadsticks. Okay, you need to checks and balances. Or if you're gonna have that donut, just know you got to do an extra 3 miles, or you got to do 2 workouts, or whatever the case may be. But it's checks and balances. You can't keep taking money out the bank if there's nothing in there. Okay, does that make sense? Just like I said, if you're not losing weight or you're not putting on the muscle mass you want, whatever the case is, check yourself first. Check yourself, because a lot of times it's not the program, it's not the food, but it's your choices. Personal growth and affirmations. Okay, I know you're like, what the heck is this doing in a freaking webinar about weight loss? Well, it's beyond your body. It's beyond your diet. It is what's in your head. Because just like this little ladybug's determination is what sets him apart from the rest, same thing for you. It's going to be days that your body is going to be tired, okay? You're not going to want to do it because your butt is so sore from the squat you did yesterday that you don't want to, do the workout today. You don't feel like eating any more chicken. I don't care if it's grilled, sauteed, broiled, whatever. You don't feel like eating any more chicken. Well, eat some turkey, you need to have a mindset in your head that it's like, no matter what, I'm going to do this. You need to build your confidence and your self-esteem and know that you can finish this. I have on my right bicep tattooed, pain is temporary, pride is forever. I got that from a Marine I met some years ago. I think that's something they say. But it really stuck with me because I was training for a marathon. And, I got up to 17 miles and I was so sore some days. I couldn't bend my legs. I was so tired. But I would remember that pain is temporary and pride is forever, because when I crossed that finish line at the 26.2nd mile, no one could take that away from me. No one could take that away from me. That is something I worked hard at, okay? Same thing with my lifting my weights or losing weight or whatever the case is. That is something that I worked hard at. It's like when you get a degree, you work really hard, you sacrifice, you do everything you got to do so you can get that bachelor's or that master's, to be a role model, to feel accomplished. Nobody can take that from you. Nobody can take that from you, but you have to be strong and you have to work through the things that your body wants to do right now. You have to remember the end goal. It's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be automatic. You have to make yourself do it. Another saying that I like is, it's not about motivation, it's about commitment. Write that one down. It's not about motivation, it's about commitment. Because at anything in your life, you're going to lose your motivation. Some days you just ain't going to feel like doing, okay? So it's about the commitment to finish the goal. It's about the commitment to accomplish what you set out to do. I have some recommendations, some book recommendations for you to help with your affirmations and things like that. I realize that everybody doesn't like to read. I am a huge reader, so this is easy for me. But I really think that on the journey, a lot of the books that I read helped me along the way. I started reading more self-development books versus like fiction books. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle is a really good one. Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert. Now that one they have made a movie about or whatever. And let me tell you, I didn't read it at first, but then when I did, I realized that she was like searching for her happiness and to finish doing what she set out to do. It's a really good book, and it will inspire you to accomplish whatever it is you set out. The Purpose Driven Life, I'm sure most of you have heard of. And it's about learning to live your life with purpose. Live your life with purpose. Don't just wake out of bed droning on, going to work, being all blah. Don't do that. Have purpose. When you have purpose, life is much better. You do everything with zest. You do everything with conviction, and you feel much better about it. And then there's the magic of thinking big, of seeing the big picture, of seeing that what you're doing right now is not as important as, or I'm sorry, take that back. That the big picture, what you're doing right now, contributes to that. And so you have to think big in order to create your nows and to do them with purpose. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so there's just a few of the books that I recommend. There are thousands, millions books on things about building confidence and changing your mentality, but it really does go beyond your body, and it really does go beyond your diet. It is your mentality. So you need to be strong. You need to work those brains out too. I always recommend my challengers to go public and share their story. This is not for everybody, but I do realize that when I went public and shared my story, I was so scared to do it. I didn't want people to see exactly how fat I was before I lost weight, which whatever, but it's scary. But you know what? People want to know. They want to know what you did. They want to know what made you do it, because they may be feeling the same way. And the thing is, when you share your story, people are watching you more than you think. And you'll be more responsible too, because when you realize that people are actually watching you, it's another way of being accountable. But more so than that, it's nice to share what you went through, because there is so many people that are going through the same thing as you, and they don't have anybody to talk to, or they feel uncomfortable because they think they're the only person. And it just always feels good to help someone else out. So it's something to consider. Team up and cheer someone on. Okay. I said that like a cheerleader, or at least I tried. I'm not really a good cheerleader, but team up and cheer someone on. You will work harder. That goes with the workout buddies I was telling you about. You will work harder. You will gain more success when you are pushing others along. And that is really a big concept of my Facebook accountability groups, because the more, the merrier. I mean, the more people are going through the struggle and cheering each other on, the better it is. Join the challenge. If you are one of my challengers, I encourage you to join the challenge. People are motivated by money momentarily. It's very true. I did it. I'm actually going to be submitting my newest pictures for a chance to win the $500 daily prize. I'm pretty excited about that. And it actually helps me stay, other than going public on Facebook with my workouts every day, the chance of winning the $500 was pretty enticing. So you'll get a chance to win the daily, the quarterly, and the yearly contest. You'll lose weight because you'll be working at it. And then there's a chance to win a cash prize. How many programs do you join that offer you a cash prize? Beachbody sends a lot of money out for people who work hard and do their due diligence. Let's talk about home workouts like Beachbody, my company, versus the gym. So the YMCA is about $54 a month plus a startup and a cancellation fee. So if you cancel, you gotta, I guess if you don't finish out your contract, you have to do a cancellation fee, much like a cell phone bill. And if you haven't noticed, everybody's going into no contract cell phones now. So that might be a hint. One Life Fitness, $39 or $48 a month plus startup and a yearly member fee. And that is based on which plan you pick. So if you get the cheaper plan, it's $39, I think the startup fee is higher, and then $48 a month for the less expensive startup fee. Then there's LA Fitness, which is $47 a month plus a startup fee. And it works out to be like $517 a year, and then whatever the startup fee is. Most clubs also ask for a first and last month up front as well. I know most of the gyms that I've joined in the last however long, few years or whatever, there is a monthly there's the maintenance fee and then the first month and last month sign up fee. And then there's also Planet Fitness. I know a lot of you probably know what Planet Fitness is, where it's like you can do like $10 a month or $20 a month or something like that. And then you have a yearly fee. Now that one is a bit cheaper than all the rest of these, considerably actually, but they don't come with a meal plan or accountability group or your own personal coach. They do have some like group workout thingies that you can do and stuff, but you're not going to be able to just text them randomly like, holy crap, I just screwed that up. What do you think I can do to fix it? Okay. So with me, you can do that. You can text me whenever you want. Pretty much available to whenever, as soon as I can, I'll get back with you. Same thing with Facebook. You can hit me up on there. However, I'm always accessible. Not only that, we'll tailor everything to your needs. So, I mean, it's definitely not automated. Also, when you're working out at home, your travel time is diminished. So that's something that's very important for me. I can imagine for a lot of you too. I am a student, a college student. I still work my job, and then I do trainings and webinars and things like this. I don't have a lot of time to be traveling all around the city getting stuck in traffic. So me doing my 25, 30-minute workout is amazing. I roll out my mat, I put it in a laptop, do my workout, shower, I'm done, 50 minutes or less. There is the added cost, for your membership fees, for your gas, for paying the babysitter, and whatever else. Another thing is you can't multitask at the gym. One of the things I absolutely love is I can throw like a pan of Brussels sprouts on, like if it's one of the weekdays that I like to cook or whatever. I can throw a pan of Brussels sprouts and pan chicken in the oven while I'm working out. When I'm done my workout, my food's done. Okay, so you can multitask. It's pretty amazing. I'm one of those kind of people that I have to be efficient. And working out at home for me is efficient for my travel time, for my traffic frustrations, and for multitasking. Pay it forward. Does your gym, any gym you've ever joined, any of your friends' gyms, have they ever given you the chance to earn your money back? Because at Beachbody, we do. There's multiple ways, actually. One of the ways is becoming a discount coach. If you are a person who wants to get the products at a cheaper price, you are able to get it as a discount coach or at a discounted price. But another thing that it allows you to do is, any of your friends, remember I was telling you your friends always want to know what you're doing. They ask questions and things like that. Guess what? Any of them want to start doing it, you earn your money back. You can earn some of your money back. Another way is the challenge. If you win the challenge, the daily challenge, the quarterly challenge, or the yearly challenge, you're still getting your money back. And again, helping others is definitely a way to earn your money back. So that's something to consider if you're thinking about doing the program or something like that. If you know you're going to stick with it for the 3 to 6 months or whatever the case is for you to reach your goal, it's always a good thing to consider signing up as a discount coach, because you will save, I believe, $20 a month on your Shakeology. I think that's how that works. Yeah. I'll double check. If you have questions, put in the chat box. I'll get back with you on that. But I want to just keep moving forward. After you've been doing your program, people are starting to notice. You see this picture. It takes 4 weeks for you to notice a difference, right? And it does, about 4 weeks. 8 weeks for your friends to notice. And then boom, 3 months later, all of a sudden the rest of the world on Facebook, on Instagram, they're all, oh my God, you look so great. And you're sitting here thinking, I've been working out for 6 months and you are just now. But that's okay. The point is, keep going. You are making changes. And then once they do notice, they ask you questions. They want to know your secret. Now, as I've explained to you during this webinar, there's no secret. They're just calculated steps and plans of action that we take. However, they're going to want to know, and you're going to want to share, because you're going to be feeling amazing about the job you've been doing. The importance of Shakeology after you have, gotten your program, your challenge pack, and you've been doing it and you're losing weight, it's the basis of our daily routine, because Shakeology is really about more than just weight loss. It's about our health. All of that, those 70 healthy ingredients are packed into one glass. And as you're maintaining, what I've noticed is when I am maintaining, which I have been for quite some time, sticking to my routine is what keeps me going. Being all willy-nilly like the past few days during Christmas that gave me this 3-pound food baby here is not what kept me going. It's not what kept the weight off. What kept the weight off was being consistent and being healthy and keeping my energy levels up and my metabolism correct. So that it's more important that you stay in a routine and continue to get the health and nutrition that you need to stay healthy. So what's the value in all this? Well, one, you've saved money on gym fees. There are no added potion teas and supplements. Some of the stuff I've been seeing lately with the wrap things and the teas and the pills and all this stuff, you know, some of these things I've seen. But let me just explain something to you guys. I have tried everything known to man. My best friend, my sister, a few of my clients I've gotten really close with has tried everything known to man. Because when you have had a weight problem the majority of your life, you will try anything. You get desperate. So it's really nice to not have the added potions and teas and 9,000 pills to take, okay? Another great deal with the challenge pack is that you get a discount offered when you buy them together. So when your program and your Shakeology is done together, you get a discount, but also because you bought it through me, you get freebies. So you might get an extra workout, or you might get a Shakeology cup, or you're entered into a cash prize contest and all these other things. You get the accountability. You know, I'll tell you what, when LA Fitness sells your gym membership, you don't get me nagging you talking about, did you do your workout today? You know, you don't get that. And so the accountability, which is like so important in order to lose it and then maintain it, it's invaluable actually. The recognition to motivate you. When you are progressing and you are doing well and you are posting in these groups, we are ecstatic. We are excited. We are so stoked for you because we're all doing it together. And let me tell you, when people are calling you out and saying, hey, I just want to give a shout out to so-and-so because she did this amazing thing or he did this amazing thing, you want to continue because people like to get recognized. I know I do. I like prizes and shout outs and special awesomeness stuff. And then you get a rock star coach. Me, number one, I mean, like, seriously, I keep it funky, I keep it fun, I keep it motivating. But also anybody on my team, if you know, you were invited to this webinar by one of my team members, you know, you would naturally, you know, sign with them. But all of my coaches are rock stars. We want to help people. We have been through the struggle. We have seen things, and all of our struggles are different, but we all can relate. We all understand what you're going through. And it's about keeping it fun and about keeping you accountable and making sure you finish. And then lastly, you qualify for the cash prize. So, I mean, hey, what is? Sounds good to me. So here are your takeaways, right? You're going to figure out your why you're doing this, and then focus on it, okay? Becoming healthy and losing weight, you're being a role model to the people around you, to your children, to your friends, to your family. You need to choose an activity you like to be successful, okay? You have to choose an activity you like to be successful, and you need to schedule your workouts. You do. I mean, you need to commit to doing your 5 days a week of workouts or 6 days or whatever your program entails. You need to drink your Shakeology daily, okay? The best results have been seen with people who are doing their workouts and their Shakeology in cahoots, okay? Those are the best results. Those are when I have gotten my most amazing results. You need to prepare your food ahead of time because being prepared is what keeps you going when you're in a jam, you know? What is it? Failing to plan, you're planning to fail. Because when you're in a jam, literally you'll be stuck eating the crappy, you know, Kellogg's granola bar that's full of sugar or McDonald's chicken wraps or something, you know? You don't want to be stuck doing that. You need to track everything. You need to track your before and after pictures, your measurements, your weights. And the reason I say all three of those is because what I noticed when I got frustrated is that I would be making good progress, but I didn't know that I was making progress until I looked at maybe my pictures or my measurements because the scale wasn't necessarily changing right away. So you need to track all those things, but then you need to also track your food. You need to track your food. That is very important because you need to know what you're putting inside of your body. Get the family on board. Get your friends on board. Make it fun for them. Have the kids help you create menus and recipes. Help them help you cook. Let them do the workouts with you. You know what? If you're a woman and you're married and you want to get your husband involved, compete with him. Be competitive. I'm telling you, they don't like when we win. So be competitive. I tell you what, he'll be eating healthy and doing those workouts in no time. Seriously. Same thing with the guys. You guys start looking all crazy and buff, chest all poked out, and you walk around in wife beaters. Let me tell you, little Miss Lady probably gonna start stepping it up a notch. Just want to let you know. Make yourself accountable. That is gonna be done by That'll be done by your joining the Facebook accountability groups, you're texting, you're posting once a day in the group, telling it to your spouse or your friend. Going public will make yourself accountable. And the last one, be competitive. Not only being competitive with your spouse, but being competitive with yourself. Always try to be a little better the next day or than the day before. Always strive to be better. Be competitive with yourself. Let me tell you, there's so many days that being competitive with myself, I actually worked harder than worrying about who else was watching me. Now, if you want to be included in my January 5th challenge group, as well as my other coaches, you need to, if I invited you to this webinar, you signed up through me, you need to go to badashfitness.com, and there you can check out the challenge packs so that you can look over the workouts, you can compare the workouts, you can compare, if you like dancing or weightlifting or kickboxing or whatever, you can compare like up to 3 programs to see what would best fit you. And then you can choose your Shakeology flavor on HD. Now, your Shakeology flavor, I absolutely pretty much love them all. Vanilla is actually my least favorite, but I can mix it with something and it's pretty awesome. But my favorite would be chocolate and strawberry and green berry. Those 3 are just amazing to me. So you choose your flavor and you make sure you do it on HD and you do it in the bulk bag. Now, the reasons for that for HD is because you save $15 on shipping. And if you want to cancel it at any time, it's literally the click of a button. Seriously, it's that easy. And then you want to get the bulk in the bag, because if you get the packets, you only get 24 servings, where in the bag you get 30. And I don't know about you guys, but I can scoop my own Shakeology out and throw it in a sandwich bag if I want to take it on the go. And you need to set up your Team Beachbody profile. The account is free, but it really is awesome to watch the changes. And then if you enter into the cash prize challenge, then your profile's already set up. So those are some things you want to consider. Again, if someone else invited you, then you will go to their website. So they will contact you at the end of this webinar, or you can contact them. If you purchase now, meaning at the end of this webinar, sometime tonight, the first 10 people will receive a 30-minute personal consultation with me via Google Hangouts. So it's going to be face-to-face, unless you prefer to talk on the phone, but it'll be face-to-face. I can see you, you can see me, and we can really get to why you want to do this, set up your goals, and I will personally help you pick meal plans and things of that nature. But that's only for the first 10 people, because that's 30 minutes, and that is 5 hours. But as a thank you for making it to the end and being one of the first purchasers, I would totally love to do that for you. Also, if you purchase tonight, you'll be in time for my upcoming exclusive challenge group, which is on January the 5th, okay? Now, if you have made it to the end of this, then I will still see you on here, and I will put your name in a drawing for one of the prizes that I had available for this webinar. Now, I'm going to end this presentation and put it on the camera so I can answer questions for you guys. So just give me 1 second. Okay, so this is the end. Does anybody have any questions about what we just discussed? I'm happy and willing to help you with that. Any questions at all? Did you get any information? Did you get any good information? What do you think? No questions? Okay. All right. Well, if you do decide you have a question, you can totally message me on Facebook or Instagram, however it was that you found this web link for the webinar. You can also text me. I'll gladly give you my phone number if you Facebook message me or go to my Facebook fan page. Again, I am Ashlyn Middleton, Coach Ash, Coach Bad Ash. I'm sorry, at Instagram is Bad Ash Fitness. And Badass Beauty on YouTube, so you can subscribe to the videos. I will have this webinar up for about 1 day before I take it down so that other people can view it. So any of my coaches who are on that want to share this with anybody who's interested, you can just send them the link to it. In the meantime, I want everybody to have an awesome, awesome, awesome night. And thank you so much for giving me your time. And I will keep in touch. Have a great night.